Mamba, are you nuts?
Yes. It's your boy Ghambit, a.k.a. Tequila Daddy, a.k.a. Gavi Poppy, a.k.a. Jose Rogan. It's the most lit radio show in the Galaxy Treehouse Club live. Actually, this is the most lit podcast. This is the podcast. This is not the radio show. This is the podcast. But here we are. We live and direct. My brother Good News in the building. What's the word? What's the word? We're officially live. Last time it was crazy, so I broke the news early about everything that's going on with Tory Lanez, and I went live late. I went live at 10:30 p.m. and I ended the live with like 700 views, which was insane for the, you know what I mean, the amount of that's like that's almost 100% watch rate from my that's almost 100% watch rate from my when 10% is like good. Sorry guys, 10% is actually good of people from your followers watching. 10% watch rate is really good, and I had almost 100%, a little under 100%. It was like 98% watch rate. So that was super lit. Shout out to everybody, all of our new followers. Got a few new followers from that, a few new subscribers from that. So yeah, excited to talk about this. I mean, it's really crazy, everything that's going on. Just the fact that I streamed about this 2 days ago, and then we already got a lot of new updates with everything with Tory Lanez and everything with Cassie. So a lot to go over, a lot of stuff to discuss, and I hate that I'm not like perfectly centered. A lot of stuff to discuss and a lot of stuff to go over. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a wonderful middle of their week, man. It's Wednesday. Big love, big vibes, big blessings, you know what I mean? Hope everybody said their prayers, gave thanks, drank their water, hit the gym. And don't ever sleep on your greatness. You know the vibes? You know the vibes? Yes, always pushing greatness. Always pushing greatness, man. It is Wednesday, May 14th. It's so crazy. We're so close to the summer. It's like, how? How'd that happen? I didn't know. Time's flying by. I just want, it's somehow it's like too quick. Too quick for me. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And look at this camera. This camera. This camera, you can see my tan. I look great right here. This camera, great tan. Look at this camera. I look white as a ghost. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. 40 Joe in the building. What's good, bro? 30-minute abs. Yeah, get it. Lauren Madison in the building. What's the word? What's the word? I need to increase my suntan a bit. The brightness, man, because I don't like that. I don't like this. I work too hard to get the suntan in order for me to look pale in this. Look pale in comparison. But enough of the malarkey. We're here to talk about everything going on with Tory Lanez, everything going on with the Diddy case, and just a plethora of other things going on in the news. It's just wild. Like I said, I just reported this on Monday. My stream went crazy. It was 10:30 at night, and the stream was crazy. You know, I had at one point I had like 25 people in here, which is not like a lot for, you know, a stream, right? But for my streams, that's kind of a lot. You know, the most I've ever had is you know, I think 250 at one time. And I was breaking some really brand new news. And today, like, you know, on Monday, I was also breaking some news. And, you know, at 10:30 at night to have, you know, 25 people in here was pretty dope. If you get in here, please smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're not a member yet, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. It'll let you know every time that we go live. I appreciate everybody in here. Shout out to everybody tapped in. Just stopping by to show some love to you. Yeah, I appreciate you, Lauren. You're looking great. You're doing a great job. I'm proud of you and everything that you got going on. I love it. Love to see it. I love to see it. I'm praying for you. Hope everything works out for you. I love it. Love to see it. So I guess let's just get into it. So today, the Diddy trial has been continuing throughout the duration of these past couple days. You know, today they had a male escort. Now, if you guys remember, on Monday I reported that Cassie actually had a male escort. You know, Cassie had a male escort, or you know, it was reported that Diddy had a male escort peeing on Cassie. And you know, I brought up that, you know, that's really not illegal. It's not illegal to do freaky stuff with your partner. You know, now now the morality of it between you and God, that's between you and God, right? But it really isn't illegal to do freaky stuff with your partner. The fact that you know, that they're, and I want to remind everybody, because you know that they keep bringing up this whole video. You know, they showed, you know, that CNN released the long version of the video of Cassie getting beat in the hallway. Again, this is not a domestic abuse. And you know, and I'm not saying, I definitely think that this dude Diddy is a weirdo.
Are you nuts?
He's a bad dude. He's not a good guy at all. I'm not defending him. I definitely, it's like, but this is, we gotta break down what this actually is. And this is a sex trafficking case. This is not a domestic violence case. This is not, a domestic violence case. This is not a, you know, this is a sex trafficking case. This is not a domestic violence. This is not like any of that. Now, it was reported that Diddy had a male prostitute pee in her mouth until she choked. And the thing about it is, today in court, the male escort came into court today and said that it was actually Cassie that requested it, and Cassie that hired him, Cassie that paid him. And again, deplorable acts. Yeah. Is he a weirdo? Yes. But it's not illegal to be weird. And it's documented that Cassie had this toxic relationship with him where she said, I'm done with this. I don't want to do this anymore. Then there's text messages saying, hey, you know what? I know I'm wrong. I know I'm crazy, right? And because she didn't want Diddy to start doing these things with other women. Now, again, Is Diddy a shitty person? Could be, yes. I definitely believe he is. But everything that's documented is just proof that, I'm sorry, you know, like they're really trying to play off of the emotions of people in order to say one thing. Again, I'm not apologizing for Diddy. He's a terrible person. But we got to look at what the case is. The case is a sex trafficking case. The prosecution's actually doing a really shitty job of verifying the sex trafficking part, especially when they're not including the male escorts. Because if they were including the male escorts, they'd actually have to charge Cassie as well, because Cassie's the one who actually hired him. It was her birthday. She paid them $4,000. Explained to the dude, hey, I want you to oil my body naked, and I'm going to pay you $4,000, and whatever happens after that happens. You know what I'm saying? So, fact of the matter is, there was into some freaky shit. Cassie probably feels disgusted with the things that she did. But at the end of the day, if the charge is sex trafficking, so far the prosecution has failed to prove that any sex trafficking is going on. If anything, Cassie was the one who paid for the prostitutes. Well, let's get into some of these things that happen in court. So, let's get into some of this shit. A male escort testified that Cassie asked him to urinate in her mouth, not Diddy. So crazy. You know, and we're gonna, this is Boosie actually reacting to this news. So this is Boosie saying she liked piss in her mouth. Don't see any crimes. He has done everything. He don't see any crimes. He has done everything was consensual. She enjoyed the sex thrills and the gifts after. I see no crime but domestic violence. In this case, SMH, they let Hugh Hefner do whatever. I mean, they definitely did. Whatever. Sad. If he was black, he would have been in prison. Let's keep it 1,000. And I mean, it's kind of true. Hugh Hefner was a real demon. People, and what's crazy is like everybody like looking at Diddy really crazy in this situation, but they looked at Hugh Hefner like a player. Like people would praise Hugh Hefner. He was an old man fucking on, super young girls. You know what I'm saying? Some of them barely 18. It was crazy. And there's weird things saying that Hugh Hefner was having sex with dogs and doing weird shit. So I don't know. He's dead. Let the dead rest in peace. But it's really true here. Again, is Diddy, in my opinion, a good guy? No. That video of her getting beat, terrible. All that. But again, this isn't a domestic violence case at all. This is a sex trafficking case. And all they're doing is bringing up evidence of him being a shitty human. They're not trying to prove that he was a sex trafficker. Because in this case, she was paying the male escorts. She paid that male escort $4,000 to oil her up. And then she told him, whatever happens after, but we're paying you to oil me up. And you know what I'm saying? I guess when he walked in, like, I guess Diddy was sitting in the corner with a bandana over his face, and it got weird. So I guess here, so this was yesterday. I think her testimony lasted 2 days. Brought it up gently and didn't want him to do it with someone else. Oh, right here. I brought it up gently. I didn't want him to just do it with someone else. And then, U.S. Attorney, were you able to express your concerns to him? Defense objecting, leading. Judge asked to rephrase, why would you talk to him gently? And then Ventura answered, I didn't want him to be angry. So, you know, she was, you know, granted she was young, but again, he was a shitty boyfriend. Abusive, yes. But again, this is not an abuse trial. This is a sex trafficking trial. What did you write? Okay, so this is a back and forth messages between Cassie and Diddy. As you can see here, they asked, what do you write? And she said, I really need to F. Why would you write that? She said, because I wanted to be with him. I'll read your message, you read yours. Sean, you don't want to do anymore? And Ventura said, I'm so predictable. And the attorney asked, what did you think this meant? Ventura said that he knew I didn't want to do the freak offs anymore, but then I backpedaled. And they asked why. She said not to make him not make him angry. He could be violent. Where'd you get your outfit? Pleasure chest elsewhere. So here they're discussing the, her not, it's just pretty much, it's pretty much she was just not able to leave him. You know what I mean? She was unable to stay away. She's in a toxic relationship with him. She had no way of just getting up and leaving. You know what I mean? She didn't want to let him be. She couldn't, you know what I mean? She couldn't let him be. See, when did you sign a Bad Boy? 2006. It was a 10-album deal. Did you release any later than 2006? No. Who's in this photo? Kim Porter. She was Sean's ex from before me, the mother of his children. Where did you celebrate your birthday in this photo? Ventura said in Las Vegas. Carrie Morgan was there too. We were out on his patio on my 21st birthday, VMAs. What happened then? Sean kissed me in the bathroom. I ran back to my hotel. I told Carrie. Oh, this is something else. So I guess they're back. So they asked him when the drugs ran out, how did you know who to reach out to? And then Cassie said, Sean would tell me. And then he asked, during the session, how did you know to move to the next step? And she said, because of Sean. They asked, what happened after the escort finished on you? Ventura said, Cassie said, Sean wanted to put on his body, Sean would want it put on his body in the next room. Hey, yo. This is so disgusting, yo. Diddy is freaky. Did you do that? She said, yes, I did. Where? Usually on his nipples. Did you want to do that? No. This is freaky right here. What's good, lovely? So pretty much she's saying that the male gigolo would finish on her, and then he would take his, you know what I mean, his baby batter and rub it on Diddy's nipples. That's insane. It's disgusting. But again, it's really not illegal. It's not illegal. It's freaky, it's weird, it's creepy, but it's not illegal. And it's not sex trafficking. You know what I mean? And again, if it was sex trafficking, she would get charged too because she was the one paying for the escorts. Well, supplies for the freak-offs. What supplies for freak-offs? Oh my God. Astroglide baby oil condoms. Who bought the supplies? Security, Sean's assistant. Which brand of baby oil? Why does that matter? Why are you asking? What brand of baby oil? She said Johnson's. Shout out to Johnson's for getting a big, you know what I mean? Johnson's is Johnson's. Johnson's getting a crazy, like, you know, a lot of press right here. How was it used? Sean said, you need to be glistening. Hey, yo, this dude. So not only was he like using her and putting a bunch of oil on her and making her get freaky, but this fool was having a male escort finish on Cassie and then taking it, and then he wanted her to take it and rub it on his nipples, which is super pause. Super pause, but it's not illegal. Because again, is it weird? Yes. All that shit. But one, they haven't proven that he's had sex with a minor. Two, they haven't really been able to prove that he really raped anybody. And three, what he's guilty of here is being a shitty human, an abusive boyfriend, a manipulator, but none of that shit is illegal. So far, everything that I've seen has only proved that she's pretty, you know what I mean? She's been manipulated. She was young. And even though she was being manipulated young and abused physically, maybe even mentally. I mean, not maybe, she's clearly being abused. That is literally like the physical abuse. Yeah, okay. I would say that's probably the one thing he's guilty for, but it's past the statute of limitations for him to get in trouble for that. And he's you know, he's not guilty of sex trafficking. Again, down to the basics is this is a sex trafficking trial. You know what I mean? Where the freak-offs were, where the freak-offs, where you ran out of baby oil. What? This is irrelevant. Also, you mentioned Astroglide. Same objection, irrelevant. Judge called a sidebar. We were just talking about Astroglide. How was it? Use as lubricant. If you ran out, what? We'd call either staff or bell desks. Give them a tip. Were the freak-offs lit? Initially, it was candle, strong-smelling Glade. Any use of candle wax a few times poured on my body. Who set the temperature of the room? Sean. I was expected to do freak offs on my period. Did you want to do that? No. Did you want to be urinated on? The defense objected. Judge asked on the grounds. Defense said asked and answered. Overruled. No, I did not want it. How did it feel? She said it was disgusting. It was too much. I choked. No one could think I wanted it. Why were you choking? She said, too much urine in my mouth. Who else urinated on you? She said, Sean. Did you want Sean to urinate on you? She said, I didn't want anyone to urinate on me. How often did it happen? And she said, often enough. Which hotel charged the most for damaged room? The Intercontinental New York. They redecorated the whole room for ridiculous money. Back to the urination. Oh my God. I know this is not funny, but this is an insane. Like, I can't imagine being in that courtroom and just hearing like this. And this is a Diddy trial. We historically know this dude's kind of been a weirdo, you know what I mean? So this is kind of weird, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is so insane. Ms. Johnson, only a few more questions. Why didn't you say no? Ventura said, it was obvious I didn't want to be on the ground being urinated on by two men. Where did you find escorts? And she said, initially on Craigslist. Damn, they was getting Craigslist gigolos. They was getting Craigslist gigolos, man. That's crazy, bro. So she was getting, you know, and then of course, you know, and then we found out that she was actually the one requesting to get urinated on. What y'all think, chat? What do y'all think? Here's some more updates. How would you recover from a freak off? Ventura said she'd take opiates. I wanted to feel numb. We'd get massages, IV fluids. The chef would cook us something. How often did you take opiates after the freak offs? Often. I got UTIs. Ooh. Where were you going? Ventura said to a music festival in Canada run by Drake. Sean came to my home and tried to attack me. I was thrown into the bed frame. What's this? A photo of my eye afterwards. Who took you to the doctor? D-Rock. So this was when she said she was going to OVO Fest, and I guess that happened. And we can't react to the whole video, but you know, they you know, you guys could go to Academic's Instagram and see the full video, because you know they had edited the video and then initially released this. Actually, let me pause this because this is very violent. They released this video, and CNN said that they had lost the original footage because it ended up being an edited video, that they only showed the violent parts. It didn't show, there was a whole portion missing where like the bellhop or one of the people from the front desk came up and broke it up and separated them and talked to each one of them. And, you know, they actually left that part out, which was like really weird. You figure you would keep that part in, you know what I mean? For whatever reason, they left it out. And yeah, that's weird. Super weird. I don't know why they would do that, and then magically they found it. If y'all in here, please hit that like button. Please, please, pretty please hit that like button. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Let me actually let me show y'all. Let me see. See, we gotta go back with like free Tory Lanez. Lauren said, "Thank you, love the haircut." Thank you. Lauren said, "In her mouth, bruh," and it was like forced. I say fuck Diddy. Okay, lawyer Ghambit. I mean, yeah, we could say fuck Diddy because it seems like he's a shitty person. But the fact of the matter is that she asked this. She requested it. She paid the male prostitutes. She, on her birthday, it all really started on her birthday when she wanted to have a threesome with Diddy, and she got to handpick the escort, and you know what I mean. And she was, when the escort gave his testimony, it was just like, yeah, she was like super happy because it was her birthday, and that was her birthday present. And she told him like, "Oh, you're my birthday present," you know what I mean. So again, I think she probably regrets because she was probably afterwards. It's like when you have sex with somebody you probably, aren't really into, then you have that post-nut clarity and you're like, ugh, shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? She probably had a lot of clarity about, she probably had a lot of clarity about what she just did. She probably felt a lot of shame, was like disgusted. She let these dudes piss on her. You know what I'm saying? And whatever the freaky shit he did and other adults, that's not on them. But the drugging of people out of consent ain't cool. And chomo allegations. No, that's true. But those are allegations. So far, they haven't proved that he's a sex trafficker. They haven't proved that he's a child predator. They haven't proved that he's a rapist. They just proved that he's a really weird dude into freaky shit. Probably gay. He's probably into like weird shit, and he's not guilty of sex trafficking though, because this is a sex trafficking trial. The waters get so muddy because they use shit to play on people's emotions and get them all worked up. But this is not a sex trafficking trial. This is not a domestic abuse trial. This is not he's not on trial for being a shitty boyfriend. No, this is a sex trafficking trial. This is not a pedophile trial. This is not a rape trial. This is a sex trafficking trial. He was manipulative. He was a shitty boyfriend. He was abusive. He was mentally abusive. He was not a good man to Cassie. I agree with all that shit for sure. But again, this was a sex trafficking trial, and we gotta quit allowing our emotions to muddy the water and be like, yeah, because I get it. We're all, I got sister and nieces and mom and cousins and people I love, but that's not what this is. It's a black and white thing. It's again, sex trafficking trial, and so far the prosecution has done an insanely terrible job of proving that this dude is a sex trafficker. Let me see. What are y'all talking about? Let's see. That he was a freaky freak. It's mutual combat. She hit him too, right? Imagine some of the proper ass white people or professionals. Bro, I said the same shit. And imagine you're a whore on Backpage or Craigslist and some rando hit you up and it's fucking Diddy and Cassie. That'd be insane. I would have been like, okay, what do I do? What program you use to stream? I just discovered Prism. I'm obsessed. I actually use something called Mix Effect, and then I use a 810 Mini Pro for to stream on, like my actual streaming module. Anyone anymore? What program you use to stream threesome with two guys is wild. Yeah, that's not a threesome, I don't think. I mean, they drag their whole life in the mud about everything else under the sun, and people forget about the main part. Yeah, I don't know. I just, again, we gotta look at the facts and look at like what's really going on, right? And the fact of the matter is, this is a sex trafficking case, and it's a RICO case at that, which is insane. Because Diddy's by himself on this RICO. This is a RICO case. This is the first time that they charged one man with the RICO case, and he's the only dude on the RICO. Nobody else. And again, Cassie's on record paying $4,000 for a prostitute, right? But, you know, like, that's insane. It's super insane. It's super insane. Because if it's really a sex trafficking thing, like, why aren't they charging her? You know, this is why I feel like this is like a bigger agenda behind trying to get Diddy in trouble. It's like a bigger agenda. There's something else going on. Like, Diddy has some information that they don't want out. Like, it's just a bigger agenda. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know what, or, you know, what it is, but it's definitely not like it's bigger than what we see, you feel me? It's bigger than that. At least me personally. Lovely said, I like your whole thing. It's sharp and clean. Yeah, I mean, I got two good cameras. I got a whole lighting setup. You know, I got a good board. My actual podcasting board, my audio board. My mics are really, really expensive mics. I got 3 of them. I got good, you know, and my whole setup's really good. You feel me? So, like, it's little to do with the actual software. Although I'm gonna get better software. I'm gonna start using Streamlabs, so it comes out even better. But at the moment, I'm just running solely off of Mix Effect and all my hardware. So yeah. All right, let's get on to this next topic. Enough of the pee-pee. So, on Monday, I reported that Tory Lanez had been stabbed in Tehachapi State Prison here in California. And what ended up happening was he was airlifted to a local hospital. He suffered 14 wounds, 7 to the back, 4 to the torso, 2 to the head, and 1 to the side of his face. He survived. He had a punctured lung. He got put on breathing machines, and he was able to survive and make it. The dude who ended up stabbing him was this Southerner guy from Lancaster, California. His name's Cassie. I forgot his first name, but he's from Lancaster. He's also a deplorable piece of shit. This dude right here, terrible human being. Terrible human. Hold on. I got some hold on. But yeah, so this dude's a deplorable piece of shit. He's not a good person at all. He's like, again, he's from Lancaster. Well, here, let's get a breakdown. This dude right here did a whole breakdown of it.
And I already explained why he stabbed Tory Lanez for disrespecting his wife at visit. Once again, please allow me to give you guys yet another update, right? Because I did my background check. You can check out the full video on Renegade Media on YouTube. But this
is I don't know if you guys seen this guy. He's done a few podcasts where he breaks down being a gang member behind the walls or whatever. He's a former Northern Mexican gang member. I forgot his name, but he just said his name of his podcast, so go follow his podcast.
That stabbed Tory Lanez, right?
Oh my God. Here we go.
Once again, please allow me to give you guys yet another update, right? Because I did my background check. You can check out the full video on Renegade Media on YouTube. But this is the suspect that stabbed Tory Lanez, right? In Tehachapi State Prison. And I already explained why he stabbed Tory Lanez for disrespecting his wife at visit, saying a couple, derogatory words on a tier about his wife. And the man took initiative to defend his wife and stab another inmate. That's why I said it's not really going to be a racial war, and if it does happen, so be it. That's in prison. But I always said it was personal. But let me tell you guys why he's in prison. He's in there for murder, right? He also has an in-house stabbing.
So look at right here. The boyfriend of a 13-year-old girl who was found shot to death on early Sunday in an apartment the two shared in Lancaster is being sought for her slaying, authorities said Tuesday. Santino Sunny Casino, a 20-year-old parolee, allegedly shot Evelyn Brenda Cendejas in the head following an argument late Saturday night, said Los Angeles County Sheriff Sergeant Rick Myers. Disgusting.
Well, and he got caught with a bunch of weapons, and he's been known to stab a couple of other inmates. He caught additional time on top of his life sentence. He was 20 years old living in Lancaster, right? And he was on parole. when he started dating a 13-year-old girl named Evelyn. And Evelyn ran away from home from Palmdale, ended up at his house. They had obviously some type of encounters, you know, some kind of relationships, if you know what I'm talking about. And then things escalated and blew out of proportion where they got into an argument, and he shot 13-year-old Evelyn in the face and killed her. That's why he got sentenced. And the reason why I bring that up is because even though he didn't get charged for it with an S offense because the district attorney went after a murder case, you know, this dude got his spotlight. I'm pretty sure that's what he is enjoying right now. A lot of
good, Jew?
talk about, you know, the fact that he stabbed Tory Lanez. But let's talk about the fact that he also shot a 13-year-old little girl that he was having sex with when he was 20 years old. So before we start giving this man any credibility, like, yeah, you know, this is for Meg Thee Stallion, this is for her, you know, retaliation, you know, this and this and that, do realize that the man that did it was having sex with a minor. And he also killed that minor. That's why he's doing life without the possibility of parole. So I really don't want to hear no gratitude and no fame and, you know, respects. You know, this is for Megan, you know, or free Tory Lanez, none of that. Because
missed you too, Jew.
You know, we're gonna give a lot of glorification to a man that doesn't deserve it. Even though a lot of us are bloggers and a lot of us are obviously YouTubers and content creators, we're gonna talk about the simple fact that this rapper singer got blasted in a state prison by some Mexican. All right, well, let's put it all on the table. This Mexican was having sex with a 13-year-old girl, then he took her life. Now we can criticize him and crucify him in the comment section all over social media for that. The full video will be on Renegade Media on YouTube tomorrow.
So y'all go follow Renegade Media because, you know, he's the one who broke the news and breaking down who this dude was. He's a deplorable piece of shit. You know what I mean? This is the dude who stabbed Tory Lanez. And from the beginning, dude, I honestly didn't ever think that Tory really shot Meg. And it's a hot take. And, you know, I do see people all over social media being like, oh, like, yeah, Tory Lanez deserved it. And, you know, they're cheering this dude on. But this is the type of piece of shit that y'all are supporting. This dude was having sexual relations with a minor, 13-year-old minor. He's a 21-year-old man. 20-year-old man having sexual relations with a minor. He shot her in the head. And that's what he's in prison for. And they didn't give him a sex offense because they hit him with the murder offense. So he should really be he should really be a PDF file, you know? He really is a PDF file. He just didn't get charged for it. And the fact of the matter is, people like this should be castrated and thrown to the wolves. It's insane. And the fact that he was able to get to Tory Lanez, and it was because he was commenting on his wife or his girl or whatever. What a piece of shit. You know what I mean? What a piece of shit. Would you say, Jew? Right, that's effed up, and respectfully, I'm on Tory's side because I just genuinely don't think he shot her. I really don't. Me neither. I felt that from the beginning. He done stabbed up, and now they're saying Kelsey shot her, and if that's true, Megan falsely accused him. Respectfully, if I was him, I would never forgive her. She should be charged for saying that. Yeah, I agree. She should get whatever charge Tory got, she should get. She should get the equal sentence of whatever falsely accusing a man. Like, if he gets exonerated for this, they're going to crucify her. They're going to shit on her all over social media, all over. She's not going to get no leeway. You know what I mean? You know, you got Chris Brown saying free Tory after the news that Kelsey's
Hey guys, it's Dan.
See, so after this happened, you got Kelsey's bodyguard saying that it was actually Kelsey that shot her. So let's go to this.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed...
Hold on, let's go. Hold up. My bad, guys. Sorry.
He was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others.
What's good, Chinga? That is in the building.
I'm sorry, Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. The passenger side is where Ms. Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense?
Damn.
Not long ago,
So that's insane, bro. That's insane. Look at Chris Brown saying free Tory. That is insane, bro. Let me see. I think I seen something else that to do with the case. Oh, this one's crazy. This one's crazy. We'll react to this in a bit. Let me see here. DDG. Trying to see, cause there was this, Tory's dad like reacted to him. Like, I guess when he was being airlifted. Yeah, Tory's dad, I guess, reacted saying that, like, you know, talking about what he, you know what I mean?
She knows I'm a man.
Let me see here. So I seen it. I don't know if it's Poetic Flacco who. That's insane, bro. It's insane that he got stabbed and he didn't. It's like he's. That is so insane. That is so insane. Dang. Maybe it was Poetic Flacco that posted it. I really think it was Poetic Flacco. Nah, I hate how stuff like this disappears. People be deleting shit, posting and deleting. Yeah, but anyways, it was like Tory Lanez's dad was just posting and saying that, you know, like that I guess he was making the guards laugh, you know, and he was in good spirits, and you know, he pretty much said like, man, you know, he's all, that's what I gotta do, Dad. You know what I mean?
Guys, it's Danny.
Be in good spirits.
And Delicious 101, we are covering.
Juice said, oh my God, I'm mad he got stabbed like that. Shit is crazy. He's never going to be the same after that. That's a life or death moment for him, but they said he's in good spirits, but I know deep down that it's killing him inside, and I hate that for him. Why the fuck her bodyguard just now speaking? He should have been said something. That's a fact. That's a fact. All of a sudden you're going to say, oh, I just can't sit back and watch the innocent man. Man, you should have said that shit at the beginning, motherfucker. Like, how now you just care? It's insane. So insane. Is Tory Lanez on your playlist? Yes, he is. Tory Lanez makes really good music. Some would say that he probably makes better music than Drake. You know what I mean? Yo, this one's funny right here. I don't mean to backtrack because I know we were talking about Cassie earlier. Look at it. Diddy sued for alleged rape by woman who claims his penis was Tootsie size roll. Hey, yo. That is insane. I feel like, why does it have to take for him to be stabbed up just for him to come forward with the truth? I don't know. And I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid. Maybe he had a fallout with that girl. Because you know how people be. You know, people don't give a F until it's like, you know, they got a mutual enemy. You know what I mean? Then it's like, oh, I hate this guy. You know, that's when you got a mutual enemy, then you're just like, oh, okay. I'm talking about Junior number 9 in the building. 40 Joe just did a 3-miler. Got me thinking this story is some medieval shit. We gotta do better. We do gotta do better, brother. We do gotta do better. You know what's crazy is what happens after this. What happens after this? Because, you know, like, even the lawyer came out. Megan's lawyer came out still trying to be like, oh, well, it's too late. He already went through the process and got judged by a jury of his peers. But like, what that dude was saying is true. How come they never tested for her DNA? How come they didn't test for the driver's DNA or the bodyguard's DNA for that fact? Why didn't they make the bodyguard testify? What's really going on here? And what are we going to do to deal with the fact that this bitch lied? And I'm sorry, I don't mean to call her out her name, but this is crazy. It's so insane. Because people were already looking at Megan crazy. Juice said, respectfully, I feel like that hush money ran out. Junior said, Iceman went to Diddy parties and bought his own baby oil. This fool. 40 Joe said, extremes of our egos. I don't know. I just think this is wrong on so many levels. Like, playing with somebody's life is insane. You know, like Tory almost lost his life. He could have died in there, right? Let's say that dude ended up killing him, right? She would have been parading around like everything's okay. That's why that dude came forward. You know, chances are that dude came forward like, dude, if something happens to this guy, if he ends up dying, me knowing that he's innocent and I literally watched this chick shoot her, the hell? That's insane. Twin, that's the real question, because somebody's going to take that hit for him being falsely accused, and because he got hurt on shit that he didn't even do is crazy. I agree. Something happened recently for him to just now come out. And Tory's small as fuck. He is small. People was like saying like, well, how could he not handle that Mexican dude? Like, no, Tory is tiny. Tory's like 5'3" or some shit. Either that hush money ran out or his conscience got to him. Then you got people not wanting to be a snitch because bodyguards be knowing everything. And really, the most solid dude here is Tory. Tory didn't rat. Tory's walking the main line. He's not in no protective custody. He's walking in general population with like regular people. You know what I mean? On Christmas, he put money on everybody's books. He made sure everybody on his tier was taken care of. You know what I mean? And I'm hearing he's getting everybody like cell phones. Everybody's Gucci in there, allegedly. It's really fucked up. Like, what do you do? You know, and this is beyond just this, right? There's so many cases where women falsely accuse somebody, they get that stain on their jacket, they fight the case, they win, and they never get like, they get exonerated. Maybe like they beat the case, right? They get free, but they never get exonerated from the public perception of what people label them as. Because once they get labeled something weird in the media and in the public, you're that forever. You're that forever. It don't ever go away. And that's fucked up. It's real fucked up. He has to go to jail, small, and got to stay protected. Unfortunately, expectfully in general population. Shit like this. Let me see here. Hold on. Shit like the girl that cried wolf. Instead, and then Chingadera said, instead of Mexicans and black people going at it, they should make a peace treaty and make a rap song about peace. Too much violence. Yeah, I think everybody can read between the lines. Cause, you know, I mean, we got a few more viewers in here, so watch. We're gonna play back this video of this Mexican dude commenting on what took place and how it happened.
She knows I'm a man.
We're gonna watch back this video right here.
To give you guys yet another update, right? Because I did my background check. You can check out the full video on Renegade Media on YouTube. But this is the suspect that stabbed Tory Lanez, right? In Tehachapi State Prison. And I already explained why he stabbed Tory Lanez for disrespecting his wife at visit, saying a couple of, derogatory words on a tier about his wife. And the man took initiative to defend his wife and stab another inmate. That's why I said it's not really going to be a racial war, and if it does happen, so be it. That's in prison. But I always said it was personal. But let me tell you guys why he's in prison. He's in there for murder, right? He also has an in-house stabbing as well, and he got caught with a bunch of weapons, and he's been known to stab a couple of other inmates. He caught additional time on top of his life sentence.
So right here it says his name. His name's Sonny Santino Sonny Casio.
He was 20 years old living in Lancaster, right? And he was on parole when he started dating a 13-year-old girl named Evelyn. And Evelyn ran away from home from Palmdale, ended up at his house. They had obviously some type of encounters, some kind of relationships, if you know what I'm talking about. And then things escalated and blew out of proportion where they got into an argument, and he shot 13-year-old Evelyn in the face and killed her. That's why he got sentenced. And the reason why I bring that up is because even though he didn't get charged for it with an S offense because the district attorney went after a murder case, this dude got his spotlight. I'm pretty sure that's what he is enjoying right now. A lot of blogs talk about, the fact that he stabbed Tory Lanez. But let's talk about the fact that he also shot a 13-year-old little girl that he was having sex with when he was 20 years old. So before we start giving this man any credibility, this is for Meg Thee Stallion, this is for her, retaliation, this and that, do realize that the man that did it was having sex with a minor, and he also killed that minor. That's why he's doing life without the possibility of parole. So I really don't want to hear no gratitude and no fame and respects. This is for Megan, or free Tory Lanez, none of that, because we're gonna give a lot of glorification to a man that doesn't deserve it. Even though a lot of us are bloggers and a lot of us are obviously YouTubers and content creators, we're gonna talk about the simple fact that this rapper singer got blasted in a state prison by some Mexican. All right, well, let's put it all on the table. This Mexican was having sex with a 13-year-old girl, then he took her life. Now we can criticize him and crucify him in the comment section all over social media for that. The full video will be on Renegade Media on YouTube tomorrow. Once again, please allow...
There you go. Like, if he has multiple in-house stabbings, why keep him around other inmates? I don't even know. I don't even know. That sounds terrible. And like, why are you on like the same, I guess Tory should, I guess it makes sense because Tory is technically in there for a shooting, so it's like a violent offense. So you're on a certain yard based off of your crime, right? So if you're a violent offender, you're going to be with other violent offenders. And that dude shot a girl in the face. Tory allegedly shot somebody, he's in there for shooting Meg. But it's crazy because he shot a 13-year-old girl. Like, this is I don't even want to get into the politics of everything, but it's diabolical to be locked up with somebody and to be running on the yard with the dude who does that shit. This is what I fucking hate about my people. And I say that loosely because I'm from Northern California. These are Southern California politics. So in Southern California politics, apparently you could be on the yard with the fucking charge of shooting a 13-year-old girl after having sexual relations with the 13-year-old girl. And just because they didn't charge him with the 13-year-old girl's sexual relations, they're gonna allow him to just exist on the fucking yard with the charge of shooting a 13-year-old girl in the fucking face and not do anything about it. This is what I find wrong with my people, and this makes me upset. I don't want to go on and talk about all the other shit and all the but fuck politics. Where the fuck are your morals? Where the fuck are your morals at? How does a guy like this even exist? You guys are supposed to be some fucking. This is why I like the fucking streets are a fucking myth. The guy was a fucking pedophile. How do you allow a dude like that to exist on a fucking yard and bro, stand on business? You guys are so quick to kill each other on the street. What about this guy? You know how crazy we look? This is insane. We look crazy. Yeah, we can sit here and talk about, oh yeah, he stabbed Tory and all that shit, but the fact that, how is this guy even allowed to walk around the, what are you guys scared of this guy? 40 Joe says, I think he was a rogue 2-5er dropout gang and not southerner or northerner. The dropouts are deep and run some yards. This is crazy. Like how? This is insane. Let's see what this guy's talking about. Excuse me. Let's see what this guy's talking about. I don't think it's the same one. Rogue Media. What should I say? Rogue Media. Tory Lanez. I'm trying to find, because I've seen that dude in other interviews. I've seen this thing where like he's breaking down like nah, I need to find this dude. Maybe up a gang. Because this dude like talks about prison shit. Oh, here we go. Renegade. It's Renegade Media.
Been involved in an accident that wasn't your fault? Yes. You're sitting on a massive payout and don't even know it. Compare your case.
This is weird.
Hey, yo, what's good with everybody, man? I hope everybody's having a productive day, feeling blessed, and like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. With that being said, man, forgive me for my face. It's kind of swollen, but I got my laser tattoo treatment going every 8 weeks, and yeah, these are the first that are gonna go, all of them. Once these are done, I put money down for a couple more gang-related tattoos that I want to get rid of wholeheartedly. So yeah, my face hurts, my face is swollen. So I didn't even want to do a video today, but everybody kept hitting me up about the Tory Lanez situation, and I was like, look, man, the narrative all over the social media was false.
So go follow this dude's Instagram and YouTube, man. This Renegade Media. From what I remember, this dude is from Merced or some shit like that. He's from the Valley, I believe.
It really was, man. They kept saying it was extortion or he didn't refuse to pay taxes to a Mexican, and the point I was trying to make is like, bro, no. And I said it was personal. So I just gave you guys an understanding, like, man, if a Mexican was to do this and a Mexican did do this, but I hadn't looked into it yet as deep because I really didn't want to. You know, I'm trying to do something different on my channel, and I have like 30 videos done, bro, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna drop these. I don't really care what happens to Tehachapi State Prison or Tory Lanez, but everybody was like, man, it was black on black. He tried to get a dude DP'd and yada yada yada. So let's get into the story, all right? Everybody kept just approaching me like, man, it was a black dude, it wasn't a Mexican. Everybody's trying to instigate race wars and all this and this and that. And I was like, all right. They said Whack 100 is just instigating situations with Mexicans and blacks. I'm like, man, that's that man's prerogative, bro. It's not mine, bro. I'm on the bigger and better things in life, bro. I'm trying to figure things out. So eventually I just got tired of it. I was like, all day today, I was like, man, dude, like, I was getting my face later.
You know, for the record, I mean, this dude is you know, what people call a dropout. You know, I personally, listen, man, I'm not a gang member. I don't give a fuck. You know, really? You know what I mean? He does good content. A lot of people tune into him. He's in a few interviews where he talked about him being in prison and how he actually, the whole moment where he actually dropped out of his gang and how that came to be. But that's for another, you know what I mean? Y'all could go check out his shit on y'all could go check out his content. That's honestly how he fell across my that's how he came onto my algorithm, is because of that. And when I randomly seen him and academics reposted him, I was like, oh shit, that's dope. You know what I mean? Shout out to him.
Messages, and I was like, all right, let me go ask somebody real quick. And like I said, I only got contact with certain prisons, and you know, it's once in a while, bro. The boys are clapped up. You know, every once in a while I can get a message, and then it takes a couple of days, maybe it takes weeks. When they hit me back, bro, they're busy, bro. So basically, is this, man? This guy right here you see across the screen is this Mexican dude. He's non-affiliated. He's not even a gang member.
Wow.
He's not part of no SNY gang like everybody was saying, bro. And I was seeing posts about that, and I was like, man, here we go, bro. People just make up dumb stuff. Like if I don't.
So that's news right there. I thought he was a Southsider because he's from Lancaster and all that shit and everything that he was talking about where the girl was from. I thought he was. I thought he was from over there.
Then I won't really talk about it. I'll speculate on certain aspects that I know I can speculate on, but that's about it, bro. Like, but they were quick to be like, oh, it was a SNY gang member. He was extorting Tory Lanez. I'm like, bro, it don't work like that on the SNY, bro. Trust me when I tell you that. Look, from a prison standpoint, a convict standpoint, yeah, he looks like a killer, right? Because he stabbed people before in prison. He's caught time for stabbing people before in prison. He got time for getting caught with a bunch of weapons, manufactured weapons and stuff like that. So the dude's known to carry bangers and stab people on the yard. But don't give this man any kind of credit. Don't give him any kind of fame and recognition, which everybody already has because they're bloggers, they're YouTubers, they're this, they're that. Fine. Sometimes you got to do your backstory and your back history. So I looked him up. He was 20 years old on parole in Lancaster when he was dating a 13-year-old girl named Evelyn. And that 13-year-old girl ran away from home. Ran away from home from Palmdale. Ended up at his pad in Lancaster. Got into a verbal altercation after they were dating. Don't know what it was about. His case law doesn't stipulate why he did what he did. But he shot a 13-year-old girl that he was dating, that he was having sex with, shot her in the face and killed her. That's what he's in there for. He killed a younger girl. Danny, I think he got caught with either an in-house murder or an in-house attempted murder, like somewhere along the lines during his trial or once he got sentenced. So I think he got like double bodies on his belt. But either way, bro, like, you know, everybody, you know, I get it. Content creators, bloggers, you want to talk about this. Sometimes, like I said, even talking about this, bro, I'm going to wind up being one of those people who I learned from another YouTuber that taught me this. It's like I start digging around and I just, you know, okay, or who is this dude and what is he about, and you know, what's his prison record and what's this and that, and I just, and it's lo and behold, I was like, I'm gonna research his name, go on this website, look up, you know, co-counsel at Westlaw, see what his case factors are. There's another one I just found, it's called anylegal.com, and I looked up his case and I'm like, oh great, lo and behold, he killed a 13-year-old little girl and he was 20 years old having sex with her. No wonder he's on the SNY, right? You know, as did the statistic, you know, it proves the statistic according to the actors. You know, the actors are going to run with that narrative. But those are the two case factors. And
so an SNY is a special needs yard, which is like a 50-50 yard, which, you know, you'll get weirdos and all that shit on there. And yeah, PC cases.
That's why I say don't give this man any type of credit. Please don't, because, you know, yeah, he's going to get his fame. He got his fame in jail now. He's going to be known for this and known for that. Will it start a race war? Like I said, it could. There's a possibility. But I said it in my last video, bro. It's just, it was personal. I already knew it was personal. I just couldn't reach the conclusion whether it was a black, whether it was Mexican, because everybody was throwing that same narrative back and forth to me. And I'm like, hold on, before I jump the gun, I'm just going to talk about, like, no, a Mexican extorting a black on the SNY. It's, no, don't underestimate blacks. That's basically what I was saying in my last video. Don't underestimate blacks, because, you know, Mexican gangbanging, whether it's active or on the SNY, a lot of people give too much credit to it. Oh, these are powerful dudes. They stab people. They'll do this. They don't play. Their politics are vicious. Like, just because it's all that in a bag of hot Cheetos don't mean that they're going to do it to everybody else and get away with it. We already seen it on the main lines. SNY ain't going to be no different, bro. The black, I know you ain't going to be able to punk no black on an SNY yard. That was pretty much the video that I did prior to this one. And I'm asking, like, damn, he killed a 13-year-old little girl when he was 20 years old. You know, they didn't get no charges of, you know, sexual, you know, acts with her because he murdered her. So obviously they chased the murder case other than a sexual offense case. You know, that wouldn't make him a sex offender, but he doesn't have an R in his jacket because his case factors said he was only convicted of murder of a 13-year-old little girl. How did he get a wife, huh? Kind of makes you raise the question, right? Maybe this video might have her reach out to me, because every time I do a video like this, when it's something personal, somebody decides to reach out to me. So I thought I'd bring this story to you guys' attention. So with that being said, like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. Peace.
Shout out to him. What's his name? Let me get his name so that way we could shout him out, because this was I'm gonna subscribe to his channel. Well, we're gonna call him Renegade Media. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. Good Mexican brother from California. We always gonna rock with the you know, anybody from California doing good shit. Shout out to him. You know what I mean? Really sad shit though. We got Tory Lanez stabbed up in prison. Clearly, you know, we've got what's his name? We've got Meg Thee Stallion's bodyguard coming out and saying that he's seen that Meg Thee Stallion, her best friend, was actually the one that shot her and not Tory Lanez. So Meg Thee Stallion's lying. I can't wait to see what Meg Thee Stallion actually comes out and says. This is what I want to hear. I want to see what Meg Thee Stallion comes out and says. What is Meg the Stallion gonna do? What is Meg the Stallion gonna say? How's it gonna go down? You know what I mean? What's gonna happen here? I don't know. I'm curious. Joe said the dropouts are deep and run some yards. That's insane. See, the whole time I'm thinking that this dude Tory was on a general population yard, but I mean, I guess is the SNY yard a general population yard? Because I don't know. But this is insane. But I'll tell you what, they need to free Tory Lanez yesterday.
I love this song.
Because I don't get it. And I don't get this whole, like, I don't get it. This is stupid. But anyways, I wanted to update everybody on everything going on with Tory Lanez and the whole trial and with Diddy and all that shit. But hope everybody has a good night. Let me edit this because I feel like that's why we didn't get many people in here, because I'm asking. Cassie asked for a golden shower. Drew said, it just pisses me off, but I love Tory. Man, Tory is such a good artist. Like, his music is so good. His like energy is so good. During COVID, he had the whole COVID they need to free my little boo thing. You know, during COVID, he had the Club COVID shit on Instagram. That shit was lit. You know what I mean? That shit was super lit. We need to free Tory Lanez yesterday, cause that's messed up, bro. This shit wouldn't have happened, and the fact that, like, it wasn't even some serious shit. It was just because, bro was like, damn, your shorty's bad, and it's like, too, like, I'm thinking, like, yo, what's up with this dude's girl? Like, this dude's girl cool? Like, you know you're dating a pedophile. You know what I mean? But my hubby definitely putting money in his book soon as he released. They need to be on a song together. I was watching that. He was all on IG with it too. Remember that? That shit was dope. That's where the whole thing started. Remember, they were at a fucking party with, I mean, it wasn't that, like, but they was at a party with, Kylie Jenner. That was crazy. That was super lit. I remember that. Thank you, Tory Lanez, for making COVID a little bit lit. Everybody was stuck at home. Like, content creators ate. I wish I would have had all this equipment during COVID. I would have gone crazy on COVID. Man. But it is, it's 9:07 on the West Coast. I'm going to jump on Clubhouse and chatter for a little bit. My bro, Don Juan, got a little hurt. That's why he didn't come in here. Because he's hurt that I don't go on chatter anymore. It's just like, bro, my thing is, number one, chatter don't even keep the rooms. If you start a room, they don't even record them. It doesn't keep it. It's like almost damn near pointless. YouTube, my content stays on YouTube. That's all I need. When I do a Kick stream with my music, it stays on Kick. You feel me? So I'm going to keep continuing, and I'm going to go live more. You know what I'm saying? And next week, we're going to do another Nerd Corner podcast on Wednesday with my cousin. We're going to be reacting to the new Final Destination movie on Wednesday. On Monday, I'm going to be doing another Treehouse Club live stream right here. Tuesday, Oompa is going to come back from Vegas. We're going to do another Let's Talk About It podcast. So Monday, Treehouse Club Live. Tuesday, Let's Talk About It podcast. Wednesday, Nerd Corner podcast. No podcast Thursday because I go to church. And then Friday, we'll be doing a live DJ in the house. DJ BMK from the Bay Area is going to come here. And we're going to be spinning. We're going to be spinning on Friday. This Friday, we're going to probably have DJ SB Finesse. He couldn't make it this last Friday. So Finesse, I just seen him at the gym today. He told me he's going to come in on Friday and spin for me a couple hours. So we're going to have him on Friday. We're going to have a DJ on Friday in-house here and then on Chatter. So we'll be doing a double live on Kick. So not here, but we'll be on Kick and we'll be on Chatter with it on Friday. Make sure you guys follow the Kick. The Kick link is in the description. Follow our Kick. Please follow our Kick. We'll be going live on Friday night. Please follow the Kick. Please download Kick. Follow that shit. We're going to be going live on Friday. And we're live Friday, every Friday night with the Treehouse Club, with the Friday night house party. And then, yeah, I appreciate it. We didn't get that much. You know what's crazy? The other day, I went live at 10:30 at night, and it was super packed in here. Today, I did my due diligence. I was tired. I still came. I streamed early, and we didn't have that many people in here tonight. You know what I mean? I think we peaked out at like 8 viewers, which is all right. It's cool. Like I'm just testing out a bunch of shit, just seeing what works. You know what I mean? So, but we'll be back on today is Wednesday, so we'll be back Friday night. I'm gonna try to do a Treehouse Club live stream before I actually go live on Kick. If not, me and SB going live on Kick at about 8 p.m. West Coast time. That's 11 p.m. on the East Coast. Again, I'm gonna have a live DJ in-house spinning, killing it, crushing it, doing his thing, and then we'll be live all the way up until about 2 in the morning after you know what I mean, when we finally feel like going to bed. But I appreciate everybody for tapping in. My name's Ghambit. You can find me on all social media, GHAMBIT. Please follow Treehouse Club Live on Instagram. Follow our subreddit. Follow our Discord. And please, again, follow our Kick because we need more followers on our Kick. We need that shit to be lit. Every Friday night, we go live with the Friday night house party right here. Not right here, but here at the Treehouse, but on Kick. You know what I mean? Every Friday night, you can follow us on all social media. Let us know what you think. Let us know. We got a poll up. Do you guys think that Tory Lanez should be free? I think he should be free. I don't know about y'all, but if y'all don't think that you should be free, it's weird. You know what I mean? Just post it in the chat for me. Yes, I will. It's in the description. It's in the. It's actually in the pin. It's in the pin. It's in the pinned comment. Follow the. You're on there, Jew. I've already seen you go into our Kick stream and talk on there. But I appreciate everybody for tapping in. My name's Ghambit, aka Tequila Daddy, aka Gavi Poppy, aka Jose Rogan. Make sure, listen, say your prayers, hit the gym, drink your water, and quit sleeping on your greatness. Big love, big vibes, big blessings. God bless all y'all. Free Tory Lanez, man. Love y'all. Good night.